Are you a wordsmith? How good are you with words? I got 2 books on Amazon and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Secret spells of the English language. Now, when I was writing these 2 books, I learned a lot about the English language. Now, this has helped me become my greatest version in a tremendous way. We don't even realize that words are vibrations. When I realized this, I started to become more mindful of the words I was using. So, for instance, the word grammar comes from... This has helped me become my greatest version in a tremendous way. We don't even realize that words are vibrations. When I realized this, I started to become more mindful of the words I was using. So, for instance, the word grammar comes from the word grimoire, which means book of spells. So, when we send a child to school, what do they learn? They learn how to spell. Slow motion this side. So spelling, we're talking about magic here. We're talking about sorcery. We're talking about speaking things into existence. So, I'm nice. I had a teacher once who said, Ralph, don't say you're nice. And I'm like, why? She said it's such an ordinary word. Come to find out that nice actually means ignorant or stupid. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's go back to the original Latin meaning of the word nice. Okay, nescius. Nes, negation. Cius, sair, knowing, a negation of knowing, meaning ignorant. Slow motion this side. Obviously, it has a new meaning now. But you see, how our subconscious mind works is that we create images from words. So the English language has many words with multiple meanings. Right? Right. Light, as in it's not that heavy, light, or sunlight, or light pigmentation. Dark, as in dark pigmentation. Dark, as in scary. Dark, as in the night sky, kind of dark. Okay, which is which? Are you talking about a witch or which? Choosing, hard to choose, right? So I used to say good morning a lot. Good morning. But when you say good morning, you see, mourning is a state of grief when someone has passed away. So every single day, so many of us, we're taking part in a ritual, which is a ritual which is against life. And I started to realize this. That's probably why so many people don't want to say good morning to me, right? And I don't want to say good morning to them because it doesn't feel good, like afterwards. Good morning. Like, did someone die around here? I hope not. Awake. A party after a funeral. Awake. A party after a funeral. So a lot of the greetings we have as we rise, right, they have other hidden meanings. So I started to dive deeper and realize that it goes deeper than this, because when you have a script, okay, it means you are acting. So when I was watching the news one time, I realized they messed up a word and they said, oops, I've messed up the script, huh? Is this like a movie set? Okay, so you start to realize even news is part of a script, it's part of acting. Then I was like a cast, okay? At the end of the film, you see the great cast, like hundreds of people, but a cast, we're talking about a spell. We're talking about magic here. Okay, so even movies, that's why they call it movie magic. You're being cast into a spell. We can talk about a TV program. They call it a program because you are being programmed, right? And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is really trippy right now. Let me change the channel. Whoa, channel, right? A TV channel means you are channeling in information. The question is, where from? Then I said, okay, this is getting really trippy. Let me grab the remote control. Whoa, 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 whoa. Remote control? I am being controlled remotely. Okay? So, words have hidden meanings, right? A lot of the times we say weekdays, right? To earn a living. So you go through the whole week in a days, earn the ashes of the dead, and you arrive at the weekend, which is the short end of the stick, through your undertakings. Undertaker, right? So I started to really have a question mark. Even hello, if you reverse it, it's oh hell. So I started to realize this. Then I said, wait a minute. You aren't telling me I can't say, can I get a hello there? I'm gonna say it, baby. Here's what I learned, okay? As a psychologist and how words affect the subconscious mind, this is what you gotta know. That it's not what you say, it's the energy behind that matters. Slow motion this side. At the same time, words are super powerful because once again, if you go back even in early Europe, right, Britain, Shakespeare was a bard. He added like 1,000 new words to the English language. Okay, and at that time, not everybody could read and write. So bards had a power of sorcery to create words which only they understood. Okay, and writing was like, wow, you're a writer. It was a big thing. So words create images for the subconscious mind. But you got to be careful of the double meanings and how you use your words. Like a lot of people say, oh, she's a pain in the neck. Ouch. Now your neck starts hurting. Because it's a subconscious program, right? Words are the commands that govern the subconscious mind. Now, let's talk about the 7-Day Vegan Challenge for a second. What did I learn about words? Like, we think eating, okay, eating just has to do with putting food in your mouth, right? No. When we say really eating, we're talking about realizing you are not only what you eat, you are what you feed all your senses. And I learned this from the 7-Day Vegan Challenge. Yes, I got a load of kale in my mouth right now, but that's not only what I'm eating. You are eating through your eyes. In fact, that's where you take the majority of sunlight, light being energy, being food. What are you listening to? You're also consuming through your ears. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You're also consuming beautiful prana, baby. Beautiful chi. That is the life force energy. You stop breathing, you stop living. So, how do I empower myself with words? Instead of saying, good morning, because ain't nobody died around here, I'm saying, I'm rising. Good rising. Okay? And power of your intention is everything. You can even say, if you want, good morning, but just say it with a bit of swagger. Like, good morning. Right? You've flipped it. You've changed the energetic vibration. Because a lot of people, when they say good morning, it's like, good morning. Huh? So subconsciously, your mind translates that to somebody has passed away. Because morning, your subconscious mind can't tell the difference unless it's in reference to something, right? So always change how you say a word. When people say, how are you? I don't say I'm fine, because fine fearful, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. You've never been fine in your life. Stop lying. I had to tell myself that. So I say, I'm evolving. Okay? I am evolving. I'm in the process of becoming my greatest version. I'm rising. So just remind yourself that words are vibrations, they hold power. Now, what are some of the words you know that are hidden, which nobody else knows about? Like the cat down the road wants to know. The cat down the road is like, spill the beans, right? So just be aware of the words you use every single day. Words have been used to control people, but also how you can use words to empower yourself, because ultimately, we are the architects of our own. And then you'll just say, Phil.
Words cast spells. This statement is related to the belief that our words have the power to shape the reality around us, that each word carries an intrinsic energy capable of bending the physical and spiritual reality that surrounds us. This idea is based on the notion that the universe is made of vibrations, and that words, as expressions of thought and intention, resonate with these vibrations. Thus, when you speak a word, you are not just emitting a sound. Your voice becomes a spell, releasing a wave of energy that permeates the structure of reality, shaping the world around you. Have you ever felt the energy change when someone says something with emotion? This is no coincidence. Contagious joy, profound sadness, explosive anger. The vibrations of words touch our soul and resonate in the universe. They affect everything around us. Think of words as keys that can open doors to new worlds, magical tools that allow us to build the reality we desire. You can learn to manipulate these vibrations, to use your vocabulary to design the reality you wish for. This is not just about speaking positively, it's about understanding the nature of reality and understanding how we can use it to our advantage. The concept that words cast spells is deeply rooted in various mystical and religious traditions, where words, spoken or written, are seen as powerful tools for manifestation, prayer, and magical rituals. The Egyptians believed in Heka, the god of magic, and the creative force of spoken words. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Aristotle dedicated vast studies to the art of rhetoric, examining how words influence emotions and thought. His concept of the word, logos, was seen as a divine reasoning force behind the universe, connected to the power of speech and persuasive logic. In sacred texts, such as the Bible, for example, it is said, "In the beginning was the Word," highlighting the primordial importance of the word as a creative force. In Hindu philosophy, the word, or shabda, the Sanskrit word for speech sound, is considered a fundamental force, responsible for the creation and maintenance of existence. In Buddhism, the doctrine of the mantra suggests that certain combinations of syllables possess specific energies that can be used to purify the mind and promote enlightenment. For medieval alchemists, language was seen as a key to deciphering the secret of nature and transformation. They believed that the correct understanding of letters and symbols would allow the transmutation of basic materials into noble and precious substances. To understand the power of words, one must dive deep into certain fundamental concepts. Among them are the concepts of intention and energy. Intention is like the map that guides a journey, determining the destination and direction. In esotericism, intention is the driving force behind every word we speak or thought we have. It is the desire, the goal, or the outcome we hope to achieve. When we speak with intention, we are not just emitting sounds, we are sending a clear message to the universe about what we want to manifest. Energy, on the other hand, is the vehicle that carries that intention. It is the life force, the current that moves the intention from point A, represented by thought and desire, to point B, which is the realization or manifestation itself. Each word carries an energy charge that is influenced by emotion, tone, and conviction behind it. Words spoken with passion and conviction carry more energy than those spoken disinterestedly or automatically. Another fundamental concept to understand the power of words is that of vibration. Everything in the universe, including every word we speak, vibrates at a certain frequency. This vibration is like the energetic signature of an object or thought, an echo that resonates through the cosmos. In esotericism, it is believed that similar vibrations attract. Therefore, positive words tend to attract positive experiences, while negative words can attract the opposite. The vibration of words can affect our physical and emotional bodies, as well as our environment. For example, words of love and gratitude can make you and those around you feel lighter and happier, while words of anger or fear can have the opposite effect, creating tension and discomfort. But remember, it's not just about the vibration that each word carries with it, but the feeling that is in us when we pronounce it. The third concept is that of manifestation, which is the process by which intentions and thoughts become reality. In the context of the power of words, manifestation explains how the words we choose to use can influence what happens in our lives. By expressing our thoughts and desires in a clear and focused manner, we are shaping reality to reflect those intentions. This process takes time and often requires patience, repetition, and belief. Manifestation through words can involve the practice of positive affirmations, prayers, or the declaration of intentions during rituals. All these acts help to solidify the intention and guide the energy in the desired direction. To become more aware of the transformative power of our words, it is essential to start a process of reflection and observation. This begins